What's up, Beckham and Wando? I'm Liz Balestrini, and you're watching East Cooper Student News. Today on the show, we'll tell you about Beckham's first year as a varsity football team, Mount Pleasant's new high school rivalry, and some of the great things CAS students are up to. It's September 14th, 2022. Don't go anywhere because ECSN starts right now.
Welcome to ECSN. Follow me.
Welcome to the first episode of East Cooper Student News this year. I'm Liz Balestrini. Lucy Beckham High School opened in 2020. For the first 2 years, Beckham only had a JV football team. Last year, COVID forced their JV team to play a couple varsity teams, but this year, their team is ready to play varsity football for real. ECSN reporter Annie Wilborn has more.
Kicking off their first varsity football season, the Lucy Beckham Bengals are starting off strong. The Bengals were dominant in their first game, beating Lake Marion 24-0. Senior player Legree Mansfield thinks the Bengals have a chance to be pretty good in their first season as a varsity team.
We've just really taken it to the next level. We've been putting a lot of hours in and working really hard, and there's a lot of pressure this year.
I say we've stepped up. We've definitely been grinding in the off-season, getting bigger in the weight room. We've brought in a lot of new talent that's really good, and together, we're really good as a group. We know what we're doing, with our positions, and as a team, especially our defense. Our defense, I think, has a chance of being best in the state this year.
Davidson says the team's defense has stepped up, but the team started to take steps forward last year. In 2021, the Bengals only had a JV team, but COVID forced them to play 3 varsity games last year. The Bengals lost all 3 games, but that didn't discourage head coach Jamel Smith.
We didn't get the result that we needed tonight or wanted tonight, but it's work in progress, and we're going to work our way up towards being the best.
Fast forward to this year, and the work in progress is getting better. The team is now led by seniors, something the guys say makes this season more fun than in years past.
Every year with this team is special, I'll say that, but this year is definitely especially special since we're seniors now, so it's our last year. I just want to spend one more good year with the boys and call it that.
It makes it extra special because obviously I want to do as best as I can to help our seniors make it as far in the playoffs as we can.
Now that Beckham has a graduating class, some of these varsity players may compete at a collegiate level next year. Davidson highlights the importance of working hard for the seniors' final year.
I mean, the ultimate goal is to make it to the state championship, but just to have as much fun as we can. And the people that want to do this in the next level, help them get there the best I can.
The Bengals are heading to a hot start for this season. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Annie Wilborn.
This year, Wando played Beckham on the football field for the first time in a new rivalry called the Battle of Mount Pleasant. Players from both teams were fired up to settle the score on the field. Here's what they had to say before the game.
Well, I think it's awesome we get to play them this year, and they finally have a varsity team. Last year they didn't, so we couldn't play them, but it's awesome that we have the opportunity to play them this year.
I say we've stepped up. We've definitely been grinding in the off-season, getting bigger in the weight room. We've brought in a lot of new talent that's really good, and together, we're really good as a group.
Everyone on our team knows their team and all the people from our school know the people from their school.
We're much tighter as a whole group.
We've been getting reps in since spring. I mean, we had the spring ball. We've had summer workouts. We've been really putting in the time and effort. I mean, it's nothing new. We've just really taken it to the next level. We've been putting a lot of hours in and working really hard, and there's a lot of pressure this year.
We train harder. We want to win this more than they do, and we're going to give it everything that we got.
It's definitely going to set the tone for the rest of the football year. So it's going to be, if we win, it's going to be a big win, and it's really going to set the pace for how the rest of the year is going to turn out.
Wow. I want them to bring a lot of energy. I want them to be super quiet when we have the football, and when Lucy Beckham has the football, I want them to be super, super loud.
Beating our so-called older brothers, I think is going to help us prove that we're, here to play, and we're not joking.
Walk over the trap, take over the trap.
Good luck, because you're going to need it.
Like last year, we beat them in lacrosse, we beat them in basketball last year. Now we just have to beat them in football and prove that we're better.
If they think we're just going to be an easy opponent on our senior night, they got another thing coming for them. We're coming for their throats.
Before the big game, Wando students packed the stadium for a pep rally to get hyped up before playing Beckham. This was Wando's first pep rally since January of 2020 and the first pep rally at the stadium since 2019. Before this, all pep rallies were held in the Wando gym. Later that night, it was game time. Wando and Beckham varsity teams played a tight game while both student sections kept the spirit up. Here's Maddie Richmond with all the Friday night action.
Beckham takes field at a District 2 stadium in front of a packed house for the first Battle of Mount Pleasant football game. Early first quarter, Wando with the ball. Brooks Lemke finds Kobe Cash over the middle. Cash takes it down the sideline for a huge score. Extra point is no good. Wando leads 6-0. Beckham's defense would get better. Zach Ostoff in at quarterback has to scramble and gets sacked near his own goal line. Bengals only gave up 6 points. Bengals with the ball now. Chalmers Bollard passes complete to Charles Bird for a big gain. Bengals take the lead 8-6 on a safety and 2 field goals. Fourth quarter, Bengals up 8-6, trying to add a field goal. Jack Wiles' kick is blocked. Wando fans fired up. Warriors with another chance. Desperation time for Wando. Lemke scrambles, throws it down the sideline, and is picked off by Perrin Ketchen. Bengals go on to win, 8-6.
Thanks, Maddie. In the days leading up to the game, Wando's principal, Mr. Wilson, and Beckham's principal, Miss Dassing, made a bet that whichever school lost the football game, the principal would kiss a goat and wear the other school's gear after the game. Mr. Wilson had to kiss the goat after the game, and he wore a Beckham shirt to school. The Bengals now have bragging rights until the two schools meet again next season. Back at the CAS, we have an important event coming up. The East Cooper CAS HOSA Organization for Future Health Professionals is partnering with the Blood Connection to collect as much blood as possible to help save local lives. The blood drive is September 20th, but you can sign up right now. Sign-ups are during all 3 lunches at Wando, plus the first 2 lunches at the CAS through the 19th. Ms. Parker is in charge of HOSA and says donating blood is extremely important.
Blood is not something they can make in the laboratory, so any blood that's in a hospital has to be given via a donation of an individual. And if you're healthy, there's a lot of people out there who are not. So helping donate the blood that you have and can reproduce as often as possible can really help save lives.
Each donation could save up to 3 lives. To sign up, you need to be 17 or older. When you sign up, you will get a pass for your appointment time and day to come to the donation site. Make sure to bring a photo ID and eat a well-balanced meal and drink plenty of water the day of your donation. Students at the CAS are also doing great things. Each week, a program at the CAS recognizes a student for the Student Spotlight. The first spotlight was from the pre-medicine program. Mrs. Byram nominated Christiana Abriano.
It was really easy, I think, to nominate Christiana as our Student of the Week. She just has so much enthusiasm for what we're talking about in class. I mean, she just is always there to bring up how it relates to things in real life or ask questions. She just has a great way of really making the class more interesting for everybody.
I really like the program. I think it's a really good way for students in high school to kind of get a glimpse of what you can major in college. And I want to be a pediatrician or something in the medical field that deals with kids. So I feel like this is a good step stool to get there.
Congratulations to Christiana. Over in computer science, Mr. Banker nominated Brady Setzer. Brady is currently in PLTW cybersecurity after excelling in CS principles and CS applications. He is also a valued member of the coding team.
He just brings a great personality, work ethic, and curiosity into the classroom. I can tell I'm always going to get great work from him, and honestly, it's really cool just to see him continue to use my face over and over and over for dumb projects that he does.
It's just been something that really intrigued me. I thought originally just taking my first one with Mr. Banker that it would just be, oh, I take one class, it's done, it's pretty easy, it's an AP credit, but all of the computer science teachers here at the CAS have been really intriguing with all the stuff that they teach. I've started from not knowing what I wanted to do after high school to possibly majoring in computer science, so
Coding and security has been a huge interest of his for years, even taking the opportunity to turn a class project into setting up a system to monitor the traffic on his home network. Brady is also a Lighthouse Keeper at the CAS. The Lighthouse Keeper program challenges students to keep up with their GPA, attend lectures from industry experts, and participate in other CAS-related activities. Applications to be a Lighthouse Keeper will open September 23rd. Applications will close at 4 p.m. October 7th. Lastly, if you've been around the CAS before school or during lunch, you might have noticed something different in the atrium. ECSN reporter Nick Patel has more on the new school store called the Beacon Market.
When you walk into the CAS, you might notice something different. There's a new school store called the Beacon Market. The store's kicking off with a lot of craze from students. The Beacon Market is enjoyed by the customers.
I think it's pretty good. It's really convenient and nice, cheap actually too. Bro, like the pretzels are like the dollar drinks. They're crazy good.
The store sells various items. For drinks, you can find several Coke products and protein shakes. Plus, in the mornings, they sell Chick-fil-A and ice cream. Jacob Woodowitz works at the store and says the lines have been very long.
We've had hundreds of customers every day. We'd had a semi kickoff last year for the second half of the year, which we only did cash, and this year kind of grew a little bit, got some merchandise, and now we're doing credit cards as well.
Students say they enjoyed the great deals and the fact that they have more choices at lunchtime.
Convenience, free time, and also sometimes when I want like something else other than in my lunch, I'll just like come here and get it.
The store is run by DECA, which is an international business club. DECA members compete in different business events throughout the school year. These events cost money, and the store helps the students pay for these events.
The funds go to DECA to support our trips and conferences and make everyone able to attend without having a financial burden.
Jacob says every dollar at the Beacon Market matters because the money spent there goes directly to help students. And he wants to remind students that shopping at the Beacon Market may cost you less than shopping elsewhere.
It's less expensive than vending machines, and it also gives back to your school and supports your fellow students to be successful the way that you want to be as well. So it kind of goes hand in hand.
So far, DECA says that the Beacon Market has been a huge success, and they look forward to serving more students this year. Reporting for ECSN, I'm Nick Patel.
That's all for today's episode of East Cooper Student News. If you have something you think we need to announce on the show, please let us know by emailing our teacher, Mr. Fabiano, at the email address on your screen. Our next show is on September 28th. This is Liz Balestrini signing off for ECSN.